In a first-century synagogue, a woman moves through the room. Her body is bent double, her spine curved severely, vision locked onto the stone floor. She has lived this way for 18 years. No matter how deeply she might want to look up toward the place of worship, raising her face is a physical impossibility. The sheer physical weight accumulated over nearly 2 decades has her pinned down. She possesses no internal power to correct her spine or remove the burden resting on her. This posture is a permanent sentence. It is a condition she did not choose, and on her own, she has no hope of escaping. E.J. Waggoner identifies this woman's 18-year medical struggle as a precise description of every person before they encounter Christ. This gauge, dropping to 0, represents being without strength, a total absence of power where willpower produces no results. Waggoner describes sin as the cord that binds, holding the individual where standing upright is impossible, regardless of their desire to be free. This creates the central dilemma. If human effort is entirely incapable of unbending the spine, how can the weight ever be removed? Across the crowded synagogue, Jesus sees her. He initiates the encounter, crossing the room to reach her in her 18-year isolation. He enters her condition directly. He reaches out and makes contact, his hands firmly steadying her bowed shoulders. This is the exchange. Jesus does not offer a crutch. He takes on her state to transfer his own unborrowed strength into her frame. Then he speaks a phrase in the present tense, "Woman, thou art loosed." This creates a paradox. Jesus declares her entirely free at the exact moment her body is still visibly and undeniably bent toward the floor. How can freedom be a fact for someone who is still physically bound? The law is a heavy iron door, locked from the outside. Christ fulfills the demand. The debt is paid, leaving no charge. The door swings open. Once a jailer, the law now witnesses that the debt no longer exists. The legal settlement is a completed, objective fact. The freedom exists before her body registers a single change. Then the woman rises. She moves from a deep 18-year crouch and stands straight. This wasn't the result of her resolving to believe or mustering hidden reserves of strength. Faith does not make things true. It lays hold of what is already true. Her physical straightening was a bodily response to the word. She stood because the word had already redefined her condition. This same present tense declaration has been spoken over every person currently bowed down under the weight of sin. Waggoner calls this the law of liberty. It provides the framework for an upright life, a description of how a free person was designed to walk. To stand fast in liberty is not a demand for exhausting willpower or moral striving. It's the decision to stop arguing, accept the open door, and stand up.